I rewatched Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in 2022. Let's go. Where do I even start with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone? I speak for everyone in saying that it played a big role in my childhood, for sure. I remember first watching it. I don't particularly remember what age I was, but definitely very young, maybe like 8, 7 years old. My father used to read it to me when I was going to bed. So yeah, very, very, very young. And I cannot rave enough about the Harry Potter books. By the way, I did not read the whole series. I actually need to do that. I only read Chamber of Secrets and Sorcerer's Stone. I will be reading them. Will I really be reading them? I don't know. If I really, really want to do it, I could, but I don't know. I really respect the books, but yeah. Do not think I'm a very active reader, and I did not read all the books, but I did watch all the movies, so yeah. Moving on. So we start off with him living literally under the effing stairs. Like, he's in a little, what do they call those? Basement stairs, like under the stairs where his little brother or big brother, I don't know, he keeps stomping on him, so the dust keeps hitting him in the eyes. Like, they really have him living under the stairs, bro. That's crazy. And yes, I know they're not real brothers. I'm just saying they're brothers because, well, they're just, I don't know, they're brothers, even though Harry's adopted, kinda. I don't know, like, he was forced on them, right? You know, it's obvious. And you could see it, like, they legit hated Harry. Like, obviously, if living in a cupboard wasn't enough, they would just, I don't know, like, they would just consistently scold Harry and just be little freaking jerks to them. Like, they suck, for real, they suck. And all of a sudden, there were letters coming in from where? Hogwarts. And at first, they tried to get rid of him. They were like, no, you're not going. They know exactly where it's from, Hogwarts, because, wait, how are they related again? Hold on, let me check. Yes. Petunia is the older sister of Lily Potter. Yes. Okay, that's how that's how everything worked out. Okay. And it was able to get to a point where it was just so many letters coming in. Like, it was flying everywhere. It was super, super cool. I loved it so much. And owls were outside. Like, the whole freaking gang's outside. All the owls outside, bro. It's crazy. And, back when it was, like, first starting, like, they started getting, like, even more. Of course, that little freaking B word, I don't want to curse, freaking sitting by the fireplace, burning the Hogwarts lair. That was just, nah, not the move. In a last-ditch effort to escape all the mail that they were getting from Hogwarts, they went to, like, that little hut on the rocks. It wasn't a lighthouse. I don't know exactly what it was, but obviously they were pissed. All of a sudden, it's Harry Potter celebrating his birthday, and you hear boom. All of a sudden, this absolutely freaking tank walks in, known as Rubius Hagrid. Hagrid would play a big role in the Sorcerer's Stone. Of course, you already know that. After a whole skirmish, scuffle with the Dursleys, Dudleys, who even cares, Hagrid takes Harry to Diagon Alley, the place for wizards, the Times Square for wizards, everything you could ever imagine was there. And it was such a cool scene, seeing him knock on those bricks and just showing a whole world that the Muggles don't even know about. The Muggles, that's awesome. Once they arrive, they go to, like, a goblin bank, and they go through all these not trial and error, but all these jumping through. No, it's like a wild goose chase. They take, like, a bunch of escalators and trains, and not trains, like, hold on. They're like mine carts. Yeah, that's what it is. Mine carts, and he opens up the vault and he's just stacked on gold. That was a tough scene. And then they open this little vault, and the most valuable thing that's way more valuable than all that gold, the Sorcerer's Stone, it was wrapped up. Not knowing what it was, I was like, all right, well, no need to know what this is. And then he put it in his pocket. And yeah. Also, what happened in Diagon Alley, Harry Potter purchased his wand. Obviously, it was going to be special because he's Harry Potter. And the guy was like, oh, not that wand. You know how it goes. And obviously, he was able to get his white owl from Hagrid. Super, super cute. Super, super cool. Awesome. Love it. Then we fast forward to him meeting Ron Weasley for the first time when they were going to the train station. And he's like, where is 9 3/4? Platform 9 3/4. He runs into the Weasley family, and there we go. They're trying to His older brothers obviously went through the wall just fine, but it was super cool how like they would just go through a wall and they crash. It was super cool, super funny, and I loved that so much. I loved how they met like that for sure. On the train to Hogwarts, Ron comes back up there and says, "Can I sit here?" Of course, and boom. Also on the train to Hogwarts, they met Hermione too. Boom. Became a trio. And isn't that crazy how fast it happens? It's crazy. They get to Hogwarts and it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful castle. They do these selections with a hat on what house they're going to be in, which is crazy. A talking hat. And Harry puts on the hat and he was like, "Please not Slytherin, please not Slytherin." Like he was like not even whispering, he was just like talking, and he was like deliberating like, "Oh, we should go to Slytherin now, I'll just put you in Gryffindor." And there he was in Gryffindor. So obviously they celebrate. Ron, Hermione, and Harry all ended up in the same house, and then they went to look at Hogwarts and it was beautiful. They got led to the dormitory and yeah, they were tucked in nice and ready to start a new school year of wizardry. But it does not work like that in movies. While they were eating lunch, a big troll came in to the dungeon. Guy with the freaking weird purple turban on comes running in and falls to the ground, faints to the ground. It's like, "Troll in the dungeon," and everyone starts trying to run and freaking panic, and every teacher went up to go see what it was, and they forgot that Hermione was in there because they made her feel bad about herself. Ron was making fun of her, so she was crying in the bathroom. They go into the bathroom and like, what the heck's happening? Boom, a big troll. Now this big troll was pissed, and he goes in and they go in and they're like, "Oh, what the heck, Hermione, you're in trouble. All right, let me get you out of it." So they fight this troll, and Harry literally sticks his wand up its nose, and he grabs him, he starts swinging him, he dodges it, and then Ron miraculously learns the spell to lift the troll's, club, bat, and hits him in the head, knocks him out, and boom, they are victorious. After that, they get really curious with the Sorcerer's Stone, and Hagrid blurts out a bunch of random stuff about it, and they keep getting closer and closer and closer. And this is when they were introduced into the invisibility cloak that his father gave him, which is super awesome. That was so cool, like how Snape tried to grab the air. That was awesome. And they go to Hagrid's again. He blurts out more information about like and he's like put the dragon egg and stuff. They end up getting a detention. Okay, they end up getting detention for being outside of their dorms after hours, after curfew. They literally sent them for detention to the restricted area that Dumbledore, literally the first words that came out of his mouth were, "Don't go into that forest." They sent him with Hagrid, and they sent Malfoy and Harry with Fang alone. I don't get, why were they even there in the first place? They send them alone. They literally run into the hooded figure eating a dead unicorn. My God, this is a PG movie. I think, isn't it a PG movie? I don't remember. Literally, the hooded figure almost got to Harry, Voldemort. The Minotaur guy literally just saves him out of nowhere. I forgot his name, but I was like, all right. Like, why were they even there in the first place? What did Hagrid really desperately need to do? Hagrid once again blurts out information. I love Hagrid, but geez, he was selling Dumbledore's secrets for sure. One thing leads to another, and they found out about Fluffy. Let's go see what he's guarding. Go in, barely get past him once the violin, not the violin, what was that called again? Oh my gosh, I completely forgot what it was called. It was like a harp. That's what it was called. It stops playing, he wakes up, one thing leads to another, and they just start jumping down that trap door or something like that. They was guarding something. They land into like some crazy freaking vine thing that starts sucking them up. Pause. And then they start going down and they float down to like another basement area. They go down and they see my favorite scene of all. They go down to see a chessboard. I'm a big fan of chess, and like it was a huge, like in real life chessboard, like bigger than Ron Weasley, and like they were huge chess pieces, literally destroying each other. That was so cool. I love the scene so much. Ron ends up like peace sacrificing a knight to checkmate the queen. They move on, one thing led to another again, and they see that freaking weird ass purple turban. Who wears a purple turban? And this guy pulls off his turban, and it's Voldemort. on the other side of his freaking head. It's so weird. And he was in front of that mirror that it shows you your greatest, desires, and he was tripping. And all of a sudden, fire pulls up, and the Sorcerer's Stone gets out of Harry's pocket once he sees the thing, and he burns his face and his hands because he was touching the Sorcerer's Stone. I don't know why. I don't remember why that was, but I remember that. And then he wakes up in the hospital and he sees Dumbledore. Dumbledore says he's a good job. He sees Ron and Hermione, and on to the next. Let's go. Now, how does this movie, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, hold up in 2022? It holds up just fine, even better. It was a great movie, better than most movies released nowadays, and I loved it so much. And I'm not able to wait until I can deliver you Chamber of Secrets video. And yeah, love you guys, and spin LT. See ya. God, this was a long process of editing. Jesus, I'm gonna go take a nap now. The quote of the day is always remain humble, but always stay confident. Love you so much. Bye again.